live, so I'm going to give it a few seconds and everything just to sort of send out the message to everyone, and also just for Twitch to connect and not be stupid. So, this is a little bit something different, which I will explain in a second for those of you who know the show at this point. But also, before we begin, I want to give a shout out to Peter Kickass for this lovely overlay, actually, or this lovely layout, because he made this ages ago for the Radio SEGA YouTube channel, and it was only really used like once in a test stream, but it's like such a nice layout. I thought I would use it for these topical PREsort episodes right here. So a massive shout out to him for creating this lovely layout, and of course go and check him out on Discord or over at twitter.com/ I think it's just PT Kickass he's on Twitter. I can't remember, he might have changed it, but yeah, go and give a lovely shout out to him because this layout is awesome. I absolutely love it. It's so much better than my own ones. But yes, so now that we are hopefully live, welcome to the first episode of the Topical PREsort. Yes, because I have incredibly lovely naming schemes. So basically what this is every once in a while, if this works out, if not then this won't continue, but every once in a while I'll be doing a pre-stream for Topical PREsort where I basically play some of the games that I will be talking about on that episode. And I thought I wanted to start this off a few weeks back with the GBA episode, and I was going to play a ton of GBA games, and it was going to be a lot of fun. But I just didn't have the time to do it then. But now with the Sega CD episode, this is perfect because I have a completely free day today. So, you know, I can do this right now. This stream will probably last like an hour at most, because I have about 6 games to play, I believe, and I'm not sure how long I will take in each one. There'll be like some games like probably Sonic CD where I'll end up playing them for absolutely ages. Then there'll be like some games like, I know I tested Wild Woody and I couldn't even get past the first level. So, you know, there'll be like some games where I'm pretty bit useless, but then other games where, you know, I know my stuff, hopefully. So yeah, this won't always be at 10 AM BST. It just happens that this is the time today that I can actually do this. Most of the time it will probably be like on a Thursday night or a Wednesday night or something, like a few days in advance. It won't always be on the day of the show, because as soon as I get home, or because I'm always out on a Friday, and as soon as I get home I pretty much start preparing for the real thing, so it's not really an option to do it on the day every other time. So if we do this again, it'll probably be on like a Wednesday or a Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, as you can see, we're going to be playing some Sega CD games. I'm actually on an emulator because as much as I'd love to own a real Sega CD, I do not unfortunately own a real one. I am looking into getting one because I love the Sega CD, but you know, they're quite pricey here in Europe, and especially since I'd have to buy a Model 1 Sega CD, which is always temperamental compared to the Model 2. Yeah, I'm playing on an emulator and I'm using a PS4 controller because it's the most comfortable for 2D games. Obviously, I'd love to play on a real Mega Drive pad, but I don't have a converter for it for my PC, and my Saturn PC controller broke, so we're using the DualShock 4 instead. But anyway, we've got a few games on the lineup, and the first is we are going to be looking at every single variation of the BIOS screen. And for those who don't know what the BIOS screen is, basically, in computer terms, it's the basic input-output system. It controls what goes in and out of the system. In human terms, it is basically the menu screen. You know, the menu you see that tells you, hey, insert the disc. I said insert the disc. Insert the disc, damn it. It basically tells you all that sort of stuff. So you got to keep that in mind. So that's what we're going to be looking at, because there are a lot of different variations of the BIOS screen. I have all of them because they're like all individual files. I have something like 20 of them. And we're going to be looking at all of them. We're going to be starting off with the US BIOS. So let me get started right here. So, what's the earliest one I have for US? Okay, the earliest one I have for US is the Sega CD Model 1 version 1.10. I do not have the Sega CD Model 1 version 1. This is the earliest version I have of it. So, we're going to do that, and we are going to come in here and press boot Sega CD. So, I think the volume's a bit quiet, so we'll turn it up. But this is the very first BIOS screen that shipped with the Sega CD here in the, or not here in the US, but in the US this was the very first version of the BIOS screen. I think this is actually my favourite version because I really like the space background. This is in like none of the other versions outside the US. Actually, that's a lie, but it's not in many of the other versions. And the music here is also amazing, I love it. But yeah, you'll notice between all versions they have like these little silly animations while the thing tells you to reset and open the tray. A lot of the animations are carried over to different versions of the BIOS screen, like you'll notice some in others. I think the version 1 also has the flashiest BIOS screen. The music here is really good. But anyway, you've pretty much seen the gist of it, aside from, you know, listening to the whole music. So, we are going to go on to the next BIOS for the US version, which is version 2.0, which is apparently non-working according to my notes. So we'll try it, but I'm not going to expect much luck. Okay, I actually didn't test this one beforehand, so obviously it doesn't have the little thing down there saying please insert the disc, and it doesn't have any of the animations or the music. It's just a completely black screen, so that one is definitely non-working. So instead we're going to go to version 2.0W. I have no clue what the W means, but this one I know works because I was testing this earlier. Oh, it probably means working, doesn't it? So you can see everything's switched around here a bit. For starters, the flashy animations don't start at the beginning, they only start once the music kicks off. Second of all, the music here is completely different. Third of all, the copyright has been updated up here, I believe, to 1993. Third of all, the version number has been changed. Fourth of all, the press the start button text has been, or the previous one was like open the CD tray. Now this one just says press the start button. And it also has some new animations here. And as I said, some completely new music, which is also awesome. I love this music. So yeah, some of the animations have been completely changed. And this wasn't in the old version of the BIOS, or the version 1.0 of the BIOS, I believe. But if I press the start button, it takes you over to this screen, which basically plays whatever disc is in the Sega CD, which is currently nothing. Also, it plays a different variation of the BIOS music. It plays a more sort of toned down version. I don't believe I can back out from this screen if I remember correctly. Yeah, I can't. Oh, I made it full screen by accident. Whoops. So, yeah, I can't really do much with this. But I'm actually going to turn it. I'm going to put this so you can actually see my mouse, so you can see what I'm circling. So, my mouse should be here. Yeah, here's my mouse. So you can normally like see what I'm doing now that I have my mouse on screen. So we are going to go to, we're going to get a new version of the BIOS up. So that was version 2.0 working. Next one is oh, that was Model 2, by the way. This one was exclusive to the Model 2, meaning you could only use it on the Model 2 Sega CD. So up next is Model 2 version 2.11x. I have no clue what the difference is because it says in brackets 2.0. So let's see what the differences are. Okay, so all of the usual tropes here, like the 1993, the version number. You've also got the no spinning logo yet. That's until the music kicks in, and you've obviously got the press start button. And if I go here, the exact same screen. So that is pretty much the exact same BIOS as the last one. So next one is version 2.21, which is apparently the most recent version, meaning they stopped at 2.21. So we're going to reboot for the last time for the US BIOS. So it says version 2.21, 1993 copyright. The spinning doesn't happen until the music kicks in again. And it doesn't have the press start button, it has no disc. And if you press start, absolutely nothing happens here, because there's no disc in. Imagine if you put a disc in, something probably would happen. But yeah, this is basically the same, minus this new text at the bottom here, which there's no disc. Anyway, now that it's all the US BIOS out of the way, so this is... Oh, by the way, this is the BIOS you want to use if you're emulating the Sega CD, because all the other US BIOS requires you to press the start button and then press another button to boot the game. This one boots automatically, so as soon as you load your like ISO or Q and bin or whatever, this will automatically load the game and you don't have to press any buttons. So you want to use this one, version 2.21, when emulating the system. Anyway, enough of that. We're going to go over to the European BIOS. I'm going to go to these ones next. So we are going to kick things off with the European BIOS Model 1 version 1.0, because I actually have version 1.0 of the BIOS now, for at least the EU version. So let me set the country to Europe. As you can see, the aspect ratio has changed slightly because that's Europe for you. So, completely different BIOS music. This wasn't used in any of the versions of the SEGA CD US ones. Also, a few different animations that you won't have noticed. The copyright says 1993 right from the very start. It says version 1.0 at the top, and we have the original press reset to open the CD tray stuff. So you got all that, and you know you got some flashy little animations, and also the space background from the US BIOS is here, and a completely different logo, as you may have noticed, because it was called Mega CD here in Europe, and it has a completely different Mega CD logo to the one in Japan. I quite like this one. It looks quite flashy, but it also looks really odd. But as I said, yeah, completely different BIOS music. Wasn't in any of the US versions. Aside from that, next up is Mega CD Europe Model 2 version 2. So this is when they swapped to the Model 2. There weren't any revisions of version 1, unlike there was with the US, where you obviously had version 1.1. It was just version 1.0, and then they dropped straight to version 2. So I don't know what the brackets mean, because I have two versions of this one. So we're just going to go into the... Actually, I have three versions of version 2. I don't know what any of them mean, but I'm going to try all of them anyway to see if there's any differences. So as you can see, this hasn't been used yet at all. This is a completely new background. This is quite creepy, actually. I'm not going to lie. It does get more creepy, trust me. But as you can see, the usual contenders. You have the 1993 copyright date. You have the version 2.0 as opposed to version 1.0. These animations are from version 2.0, the US version. The text at the bottom is replaced with the press to start text. As I said, the background is completely different. The logo is the same. Music is the same. If we press start, we get the screen that we saw on the US BIOS. Nothing much there. So I am going to test the other versions of this. So next up is the exact same version. I have some that apparently are both Japanese and European, so I'm just going to try them on the Japanese version. So technically that was the last BIOS screen, but I want to test all three versions to see what the difference is between them, because... Also, oh yeah, one thing that's different, because in the US version you get like sort of a toned down remix of the music, like it removes some instruments. Here you just get complete silence. This doesn't make any noise. Okay, so this is the exact same by the looks of it. And I imagine the last one will be as well. So that's the end of the European BIOS. Now we're going to look at the Japanese BIOS. And as you can see, as soon as we set the country to Japan, it immediately fits the right aspect ratio. We're going to load up the Japanese BIOS. And we're going to start off with... Model 1 version 1.0. So we have version 1.0 for Japan as well, and this is one of my favourite BIOS screens. So let's boot the SEGA CD. First thing you may notice right off the bat, the copyright isn't even 1993, it's not even 1992, the copyright is 1991, because this console was released 2 years prior in the Japanese market. Also, you notice a completely different Mega CD logo. Also, the SEGA logo doesn't spin, it just sits in the bottom right corner here. Completely different background, some animations that haven't been seen before, version 1.0 on the top, and some completely new Japanese text. I have no clue what that says. But if I press start, because I can press start, you have a completely different screen that we haven't seen before. It's actually my favourite of all the all the sort of, what would you describe it as? This is like my favourite of all the sort of like disc playing screens, I guess, because this one is actually logical and makes sense, and also complete silence, no quieter no instrument lacking remix in the background. Anyway, I know exactly what BIOS is next. I honestly don't want to do this. So up next is Japanese BIOS Model 2 version 2. So there was no like revisions of the Japanese BIOS. They just went straight to Model 2 with version 2.0. I don't want to do this, and you'll see why in a second. So for starters, the copyright has been updated in 1993. A completely new logo here. Sega logo finally spins. Version 2.0. Japanese text. I think this says something new, but I can't be sure. And the thing I was avoiding... Oh, it's got a completely new background as well. Oh, it's a variation of the European background. The thing I was avoiding is... this right here. This Sonic is rather creepy, yeah, because this is the only version of the BIOS that has an image of Sonic in it. But his eyes are wide out, his quills look weird, it's got the Sega Sonic text in the bottom. It's so bizarre, and it's honestly rather creepy, this Sonic. He's rather unsettling. Anyway, we had the same like disc selection screen, except like some text has changed. I believe this has changed right here. That's really about it. That's all you have. They didn't change this, and no instrumental in the background. Anyway, that's all the Japanese BIOS, but I have some cool stuff to show you. Because there were some variations on the Sega CD released by other companies, which had their own unique BIOS. So we are going to kick this off with the... actually, no, since we're already on Japanese, I may as well start with the Japanese one. We're going to kick this off with the Wonder Mega BIOS. So the Wonder Mega was a variation of the Sega CD and the Sega Mega Drive by Victor in Japan. And you're going to notice some things right off the bat. For starters, it's a completely different background. It uses the Japanese BIOS music. Some animations lifted from the original version 1.0 US. Wonder Mega text there rather than any... Oh, that's also a thing. Sega text has been completely removed. It says up here it was by Victor. This is version 2.0. I don't think there was a 1.0. Because I think the Wonder Mega one is a version 2. Oh, sorry, a Model 2 Sega CD. And this font here is completely new, and it also says something completely different. Anyway, if I press start, you have a completely new like disc select sort of screen here. This wasn't seen in any other version. And no instrumental in the background. And we have one final BIOS, which is a variation of that one. So if I go ahead and boot up the Sega CD one last time, that is not what I was looking for. If I boot up the Sega CD one last time, this is the JVC XI. Obviously the JVC copyright there. Version 2.0 because this runs on the Model 2. The M from the Wonder Mega has been replaced with an X, and it basically does the exact same things like all these animations. Same background as the Wonder Mega one. It has the XI text rather than the Wonder Mega text. And this never fails to make me laugh. Instead of like, you know, please insert a disc or press start, it says put a disc on the turntable, and it's nonsensical. Why would you call it a turntable? Like, just put a disc on the disc. Anyway, this is the same like disc select sort of screen from the Wonder Mega BIOS. If I had to pick a favourite disc select screen, I know that's like an incredibly niche thing that no one should ever have to answer. It's obviously going to be the Japanese one because it's just sensical and it has a ton of different options. Anyway, that is it for the all the BIOS screens. We showed off every single variation of the BIOS screen there that could have come with the Sega CD in your neck of the woods. Anyway, ow, I dropped my headphones. We're going to be looking at some games in just a second, but I need to reconfigure the BIOS so it uses like the correct ones, because I normally have it set to Japanese version 1.0 and American version 2.21. So rather than we don't get the XI BIOS by complete accident. So where are the ones that I'm looking for? Sega CD US version 2.21. That's Japanese. Whoops. Japanese BIOS 1.0. There we go. And European BIOS, I normally set that to 2. No, I don't. I normally set that to 1. That's a lie. And USA BIOS, I normally set that to 2.21. There we go. Okay, so we are going to get into some games. Finally, I've been rambling on for 20 minutes. And we're going to finally play some games. Also, I should turn off compatibility mode because it's making my mouse flash like crazy. There we go, okay. Because it wasn't working the other day, which is why I had to turn on compatibility mode. But, yeah. Also, I need to check my phone to check that we actually are live after all this. So, let me grab that quickly and then we'll get into some games. Okay, yeah, we definitely are live. I thought we were, but, you know, it's worth checking. Because I did definitely press the start streaming button. It's been saying I've been live for 20 minutes, but I didn't hear like the buzz on my phone. So anyway, we have a few games up on the line, which some of them I haven't even played, so they'll be blind. Some of them I have played, and I'm in like Sonic CD. But we're gonna start off right here with a absolute classic Sega game, or the original version is classic. I have no clue about this version. So we're going to kick things off with Afterburner 3, and this is the US version because I couldn't find like a Japanese version. So let's get right into this. This is what I mean. Look, it immediately boots to this screen. Also, nice Sonic here. And there's no way to get around this screen. So even if you like make a pirate game, it always says produced by Sega. But anyway, yeah, that's why I use the version 2.21 BIOS, because it checks the disc and then it immediately boots to the game. I don't have to mess about with any menus.
The F-14 Tomcat, caged lightning,
I'm gonna mute
with
my
$1
mic for a second
missiles
here.
and a Vulcan 20mm cannon. You'll need every ounce of firepower this plane can offer for your current mission. Command headquarters let you know this morning that the enemy is building airfields and bases all over the desert. They're protecting those bases with squadrons of their best interceptors. Your job is to take out those bases. If you have to knock down a few enemy planes, so much the better. Just you and your F-14. With a good pilot, it's holy terror. With you, it should be unstoppable.
And there you go, that was the intro to Afterburner 3. Obviously, most games are taking advantage of the, obviously, CD audio, so now that means you can have, like, voice clips and high-quality music, finally. So, I've never played Afterburner 3. So, this is going to be a completely new experience for me. Okay, so... Oh, okay, so the flight controls are inverted. Vulcan gun, missile, Afterburner. Okay. I can deal with that. I'm going to be incredibly bad at this because I'm bad at all Afterburner games. Also, you may have noticed the graphics look a lot nicer than a normal Mega Drive because you can do cool stuff like this. I hear like mediocre things about this game, like it's not as good as Afterburner 1 and 2, but at the same time, you know, I've heard the music and the music's pretty nice. Okay, come on. Yeah, good luck. Thank you. Okay, I have no clue what I'm doing. You just send out a missile, that's what you do when you don't know what you're doing. Good stuff. Whoa! Jeez! I guess turn away for like a few minutes if you're epileptic or anything, because they hurt my eye. Not even epileptic, and they just hurt my eyes. That flashing like black and white. Jesus Christ. That is actually okay. Right, so the new goal is to not die because it hurts to die. So just don't hit anything. The issue is it's so easy to hit stuff. Gee, like that is genuinely painful to look at. No! I get a feeling I'm not going to get very far in this game because I just constantly get hit by missiles. Could you not have toned down the missiles a bit, lads? I physically have to clutch my eyes closed every time that happens. It's just so ridiculously painful. Oh, here we go. Finally, we got the Afterburner music going. Oh yeah, I finally dodged a missile after all this time. Oh, that's how you're meant to dodge missiles. Okay, let's do it. Ow! Try not to die, Viper. If I could, I don't know how many continues I get, but if I could actually manage to beat this whole game, despite how much I've died, I'd laugh. How many missiles do I have? Like, do I have a cap on how many missiles I have? Because if not, I'm just going to spam them. I wasn't expecting that one. I was expecting that one. I saw that one coming. We only get to hear the afterburner music for like 2 stages. Why? Ow. Oh no, my eye. This is not a good time to die. When I'm attempting to fix my eye, it is not a good time to die and just make it even worse. By just having a fit in the middle of playing this game. Fire, 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 fire. You're gonna get sick of hearing that. Who thought that was a good idea? Is what I want to know. You know what? You know what's a good idea when you get hit by when you die or get hit by a missile? To epileptic lights. Total number of hits 28. Total enemies 218. And we finally got a game over. Can't say I was too excited to finish that game, really, considering you know, I probably would have gone blind by the end of the game. There you go, that was Afterburner 3, because I'm not playing any more than that. So, up next is Batman Returns. This was the next game that I decided to play, because apparently it has an awesome Spencer Nilsson soundtrack, so I'm looking forward to this. I think this game was on the Master System, because I think I had this game on the Master System. Never got very far in it, but it was like one of the 2 Master System games that I actually bought, because the rest of them I already had before I even had the console. Oh, I'm loving the music already. It's some good stuff. We're only on the title screen. I'm already loving the music. Game type. What's it? Driving only. Difficulty. Can we whack that to? Yeah, we'll whack that to training. Driving controls. Fire. Platform control. No, we're gonna want A as jump. Yep. Lives. Oh, we're gonna want to turn the lives up. Yeah, we'll turn them up to 7. Music on, sound effects on. 3. This music is giving me like a real sort of Halloween vibe to it. It's awesome. I'm actually going to have to slot some of this in onto today's show, because I didn't actually have any music from this game on today's show, but honestly, this is some good stuff, and I'm only at the title screen. Streets of Gotham City. Trademark. Get ready. Oh yeah, right, this one is accelerate. How do I shoot? That's how I shoot. I know I'm only on the first level, but I'm actually sort of enjoying this game so far. I have no clue what I'm meant to do here, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, what am I actually meant to do? It doesn't make it clear what I'm actually meant to do here. I assume I'm like meant to destroy these drivers? Maybe. Oh, okay, yeah, I meant to destroy the drivers. Would have been nice if you told me what I was meant to do. Oh, really? It's another driving stage? Okay. So I have to destroy these lads. Just keep ramming into them, that's the best way. Also, why is there Christmas trees? I thought that would have got them. There we go, stage for them. So another stage, I'm guessing. Okay, so we got more time, so that means obviously they're gonna throw something at us. Whoa, okay. Am I just meant to like take out this one truck, right? And I'm meant to do something else as well. Okay, yeah, it's just this one truck. Get ready. You just cannot do that without hearing the Space Harrier voice. That's probably on purpose, to be fair. Get ready. Screw you. Just ram into him. Ah! I wasted all my time on that one car, so now we got a bit of an issue. Also, stop taking me out, please. No! I broke my car. So, okay, get more missiles, good. I like more missiles. Come on. Get back here. Thank you. Now I can blow him up. How did that not do enough damage? Thank you. We still on the driving stages? We're still on the driving stages. I'd like to at least get to like a platform stage. Whoa, okay. Apparently hitting them makes my car jump. Yeah, I was gonna wait until you used the momentum on that car. Still doing the driving stages. Oh, okay. Things have ramped up a bit for a second here. I'm gonna keep ramming into it. Just why not? And plus, if I die, at least then I get my missiles back. Yeah, okay. At least I get my missiles back. And oh yeah, I have 7 lives. It's all good. I just waste all my missiles on him and then try a new tactic, which is sit at the back. Occasionally some of my missiles like to hit him, but then other times they just don't care. Actually, I'm going to reset and then I'm going to go to a platforming stage because I don't want to spend all my time on this game. Okay, so let's go back to the options menu. We're gonna go for platform only. We're gonna go for training. We're gonna go for yeah. 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 There we go. Okay. Hopefully that will mean we'll only play platform stages, unless I set up the options wrong. Okay, good. That's exactly what we're doing. This definitely looks like a platform stage. Not a very good one, admittedly, but it still looks like a platform stage. Oh, okay, I died already. That's a good start. Falling dead first into a bottomless pit. My favourite type of game design. I can't say this is the best, honestly. I mean, the way he jumps is already bad enough. Like, it's just asking to jump head first into a pit, isn't it, really? Not head first, head last into a pit, but there we go. God, this is dreadful. It controls like, what if Castlevania was even more clunky, and that's just what... What if like the original NES Castlevanias were even more clunky, that's what this feels like. Ah! Oh well, go on. That's where I end this game. The driving segments are fairly fun. The rest of the game wasn't. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next game, which is a game which is fairly famous, obviously, for being on Mega Drive, but it had a version on the Sega CD. Of course it is, beginning with an E, it's Echo the Dolphin. I hear the music in this version is really nice. I have like absolutely zero clue about Echo the Dolphin. I played like 10 minutes of it on a collection once and got lost. I never got to like the weird, bizarre alien bits or anything. I was in the part where you were just swimming around. Alright, Echo, stop showing off now. Apparently the B button starts the game? Okay. No, like, even introduction, just drops you straight into the game. I like that. Oh, it's the password screen. No, I want to go back. Warp. These controls actually aren't quite bad. I say quite bad. These controls are actually pretty good. They're actually like... I was expecting worse controls than this, but like considering I'm using a D-pad, I'm using a like 4 buttons disguised as a D-pad because that's what the PS4 controller is. This is actually pretty nice swimming controls, not gonna lie. If I use like a joystick or a Mega Drive pad, it would obviously probably be a lot nicer, but this is bearable. I was expecting a lot worse. I can't remember where I'm actually meant to go. Like, I've seen people play it like briefly, but I haven't actually played it, so... As I said, a lot of these games I just have little experience with, so... And for the most part, I do want to try and keep this to like an hour, because I haven't actually eaten yet, so... we won't be like spending like massive amounts of time in every game. In fact, I think I might... Whoa! Okay, that was what I was meant to do. Nothing major there. So what do I do now? The music has suddenly got sinister. What happened to all the calm, peaceful music? Where did it go? Ah, this is where I meant to go. So it was like along the right tracks before, except I didn't activate the aliens. Okay, so... Can we jump above the water, please? No, okay. Come on, jump. Jump, Echo. Please. No, okay, I can't quite make that. I know I said I didn't like want to spend too long in each game, but I sort of like want to at least, you know, we're only like been playing for about 5 minutes. I sort of want to get a taste of like what the full game's going to be like, rather than just sort of swimming around like desperately looking for stuff. We have to go down there. No. Oh yeah, right. I meant to use this to take out. No. No. Oh yeah, okay, I was meant to do it at that angle apparently. Ow. I love the sound effects for this game. They're also odd. I'd love to like get further into this game, but I feel like I probably have to move on because we're just constrained for time at this point. So that was Echo the Dolphin. I apologise for being incredibly short and not really even getting into the game, but I need to move on because I want to spend some more time on other games which I want to showcase. So up next is actually a fan hack which I included on the list because it's quite a notable Sega CD game. It's like one of the games that people associate with Sega CD, even though it's only a fan hack. It has just become synonymous with the console at this point, even though it originally started off as a Mega Drive hack. So, this is Sonic Mega Mix. I'm going to use the Japanese version, even though I have all three. So this is my point. With the Japanese BIOS, you have to press start, and then you have to press CD-ROM, and then that takes you to the game. And that's incredibly annoying, which is why I normally use the US versions of games, because it immediately starts up on the US. And also, hey, what's up, Jamie? How are you doing today? Twitch has a tendency to not say people are streaming. Same with Discord. Discord hasn't told anyone I'm streaming yet. The lovely Sonic Retro logo. Except for some reason the music's really odd here. Like, it's not the same pitch it would normally be. Bum 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 bum. Ah. Okay, so this is Sonic Mega Mix, a obviously very famous hack now because it's like the most well-known Sonic hack. It was obviously worked on by a lot of the team who worked on Mania. Nice to hear some Space Harry with that Sonic Retro logo. Exactly. So player select. We have quite a few options here. I have Sonic, Mighty, Shadow, Tails, and Knuckles. Since I'm going to probably be spending a decent amount of time in this game, I think I'm going to probably like try all of them. So we're going to start off with this. Also, fun fact, this hack actually works on real hardware. You just need to burn off a disc for it. This is like one of the various games I want to get for the Sega CD eventually. Was they completely swapped out the music in the Sega CD version, because the original had like completely different music than the Mega Drive version, whereas this version has new music. I think in terms of gameplay, I prefer the Sega CD version, but in terms of music, I prefer the Mega Drive version. This hack is absolutely awesome. It's a hack of Sonic 1 that was then ported to the Sega CD. I thought it had the Sonic CD spin dash for some reason, I don't know why. Which is what. Also, you got some like cool new moves like the jump dash, and this one. I think it's just like an instant sort of speed up move. This hack contains a 16-bit version of Supersonic Racing. That it does, and it's a very awesome 16-bit rendition of Supersonic Racing at that. You see, the jump dash is on 2 buttons, I think. No, it's not. Okay, that's just jumping's on 2 buttons then. I still have no clue what the X button does. But yeah, this hack is awesome. Like, absolutely amazing. I've beaten this hack quite a few times. Also contains some Michael Jackson. It does actually, doesn't it? In, I can't remember what the level's called, but it's the one that's like supposed to be Starlight Zone. It contains Michael Jackson. Okay, so I accidentally went to the special stage there, but anyway, we get to show off the special stages. I love the remix of Toot Toot Sonic Warrior in this. It's so good. Okay, so as you may have noticed, these special stages are like one of the only these special stages are like one of the only renditions of Sonic 1 special stages, because most games nowadays use the half pipe or they use like something else. This is like one of the only hacks that actually still uses the or not one of the only hacks, like one of the only games which still uses the obviously the Sonic 1 special stages, like one of probably about 2. The only other one I can think of is Sonic 4 Episode 1. Also, I was originally going to put this game in the Sonic spin-off Mania, Sonic One-Man Relay in the classic section. However, we were completely like pushed for time during that marathon, so that was never really an option after like the planning scheme. Oh dear. Yeah, like it was in the planning phase. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play a ton of classic like hacks and stuff. But then I was like, if I'm actually gonna get through this marathon, I don't have time for that. So did I collect the emerald or did I hit the goal ring? I hit the emerald though. This is out of order. I literally touched the emerald. What do you mean I did not get it? This is criminal. This is a remix of oh, it's Angel Island Act 2, isn't it? I always associate this with Leaf Forest, thanks to Ultimate Flash Sonic, which was like a Flash version of Sonic Advance 2, which had like Sonic 3 music. So I just automatically associate it with that game now. Or when I hear it outside of Sonic 3 context, I automatically associate it with that. I can't remember if I read this, so I'm going to read it again. It's in the game's version of Starlight Zone, where I believe Act 2 is Smooth Criminal. As I said, I don't know if it still is in this version, but I definitely know in the original Mega Drive version it definitely was Smooth Criminal, because I know they changed out like some of the tracks in this version, so that's why I'm just sort of questioning it. Also, Stuck in the Wall there, nice. But yeah, it turns out it is... name of the game, this is Sonic Mega Mix, a hack of Sonic 1 for the Sega CD. But yeah, this proves that Sonic hacks for the Sega CD are very possible due to the fact that they are like very similar hardware to the or due to the fact that it is very similar hardware to the Mega Drive. And this version, believe it or not, was ported by Stealth. And Stealth is the man responsible, or one of the programmers responsible for Sonic Mania. So he did all of the porting from the Mega Drive to the Sega CD for this hack. So give him a massive round of applause here. So we're gonna... I don't recognise this music. I don't know which way I need to go. Let's use hindsight. Okay, this way. No, don't rotate the other way. Yeah, I included this on the request resort list because it's like such a good Sonic hack, it may as well not be a Sonic hack. It's that good. It feels like an official game at some points. Also, thanks to 30 FPS, the emerald is flashing very oddly on your screen. On my screen, I can see it just fine. Oh, what is this a remix of? This is a remix of Sunset Hill, isn't it, from Sonic Advance? Obviously, I know that's a remix of Green Hill, but it sounds like that version more than the original Green Hill. So I'm gonna say this is a remix of Sunset Hill Act 3. Sunset Hill Act 2. Thank you, Jamie. Got stuck in the wall again. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, MC Gaming? How are you doing today? Ah! So, how this basically is going to work is I'm going to try and attempt to play a zone as each character, and then we'll move on to Sonic CD, because that's the next game. Then after that, we have one more game, which is Wild Woody. Obviously, you know, a very nice title for a game. You know, nice, obviously, is in the 69 nice, obviously. Not any other sort of nice. Yeah, doing pretty well, thank you. Okay, I can't jump over that. It's showtime. I just love like all the little like sound effects in this game, like all the new ones that aren't in the original classics. Like the stuff like the showtime like sound effect. It's very lovely. It adds nothing to the game, mind you, but you know it is some cool stuff, some good stuff. Another question, another thing. This game's version of You Can Do Anything from the Speed Boots is from the Sonic CD 5110 beta. The thing I question is, were the Go samples added in this version or were they in the original? I'm wondering due to the whole Michael Jackson connection. Honestly, I'm gonna download the Sonic CD beta because I'm gonna see that because I want to see that. You got a sponsor from a FIFA coin company, nice. But yeah, I'll probably download the Sonic CD 510 beta and check that out because, as I said, I did a showcase of every single BIOS screen on this console earlier, and it was quite repetitive. But at the same time, it was funny. So, Dark Fortress. I'm going to attempt to play this as Shadow, but I need to look up whether there's a I need to look up as to whether there's a level select cheat for this game. Invalid URL. Okay. But yeah, I will look up as to whether there's a level select cheat right now. But first of all, I'm going to download Sonic CD 510 beta, and I'm also going to Ba 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 ba. There we go. Lovely bit of Space Harrier there. And I'm also going to search the Sonic Mega Mix Sega CD version. Okay, I'm going to need to open the window here. Go to the options menu, because I like the options menu music. No, I didn't mean to do that. Sonic Mega Mix Sega CD version level select. There must be a level select. The Go sample mainly heard from Launch Base Zone, I see. So Sunny Shores Zone, fun fact, previously replaces the previous Sunset Hill Zone from the Mega Drive versions. I honestly think that looks a lot nicer than the original. Oh, okay. The Starlight Zone from the Starlight Zone, which contains the Michael Jackson music, actually isn't in this version. It's only in the Mega Drive version, which is a shame. But in this version, it's replaced by a Starry Night Zone, which I believe is a completely new zone, if I remember correctly. Okay, let me look up if there's a level select. Level select. Okay, so apparently the level select might be up, down, A, start, so we're going to look into this. So let's do a quick soft reset right here. Bow, bow. Ba ba bow, ba bow. We get to hear that lovely Space Harrier tune one more time. I normally skip past the Sonic Retro screen, but the music is so good. Up, down, left, right, A, start. No, okay, it doesn't work. Okay. I think this is Space Harrier. This sounds like Space Harrier music. In the option screen, go to the sound test and play these sounds in order. Ah, okay. So there is a level select. I was correct. I wish there was a full version of the Sonic Retro logo music screen. Definitely. I love the remix so much in the Sonic Retro music. It sounds like an arranged version of Space Harrier that it does, which is why I love it so much. So the level select code is 199010-2. Okay, so it's basically the Sonic 2 one, I think. So we're gonna go with Mighty next, and we're gonna go 19. Do you have follow alerts? Not on this layout, but I do on my other layout, which I don't currently have turned on. Oh, whoops. No! Ah! No, I did it again. $19. $90. I swear, if I do this one more time, if I can't cheat. No, you're right, I can't. You just made it a stream intro? Nice. So this is really difficult for some reason. It's because all my buttons are messed up, because I go to press A automatically to do it. Alright, out of habit I'll go to press A to do it, but then it doesn't work. I need to press B. So I do that, and then apparently I press A and start, and ta-da, level select. That's not a level select, you lied to me. One more time with Spirit. Still hasn't done it though. 1990. Oh, and he's going back to the title screen and do it? Okay. So. One more time with passion, ladies and gentlemen. 19. 90. 10. 2. And then I don't know how to get back to the title screen from here. That's how I get back to the title screen. And then A start. A start. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm currently just trying to get to where I want to go, which is character. I want to be 2, and I want to go to here. Right? Does that crash the game? I think that's crashed the game. No. Okay, so character ID 2 is actually Shadow, so we're going to be playing as Shadow the Hedgehog, and I probably should have save stated that. Yeah, it's incredibly difficult just because of like the control layout, because you would have thought to play the song you would have pressed A, but you don't, you press B. Now, my hand automatically either went to press start or it went to press A. You're on road to mix. Oh, you're on road to 200 followers for Mixer now? Nice. Still way more followers than me, but then again, that's how Mixer works. But I still prefer Twitch. I'm still going to stick with Twitch, especially since I've finally got that affiliate. Whoops. You're on 135, nice. I wish I completed this hack. Very true, I wish they had as well, but, you know, at the end of the day, they're real people and they were working on it in their spare time, so, you know, time just got away from them, I guess. You know, people eventually have to get lives, believe it or not. You know, you can't sit around making Sonic games for the internet for free forever. Well, unless it's your job, in which case you can do that, but, you know, it was just something that was working on in their free time, and I imagine, you know, real life got to them eventually. Have responsibilities and all that stuff. Rayman, that game's free on Xbox. Which one? Legends? If it's Legends, I'll probably pick that up. If it's like the Xbox One version is free, because if I eventually get an Xbox One, I can actually play that. Because they just brought out Rayman Legends on the Switch as well, and it was only £25. It's really affordable, so I'm going to probably pick that up at some point because I love Rayman Legends. Well, we know what happened to Stealth, obviously, but this was before Sonic Mania was even a thing. This game was cancelled before Sonic Mania was even a thing. Like, the last build, I believe, was in 2014, which wasn't even released, it was, like, leaked in 2014. Okay, I need to stop getting crushed. But anyway, I'm going to look at Prototype 510 in a second, but first of all, I'm going to soft reset again, and I'm going to go back to the menu because I don't want to spend ages on this game, because I would like to move on and eat some food preferably, because I only said this is going to be an hour long, and we're already over an hour, and we still have like 3 more games to go. I think I'm going to play one more zone. So, for one last time, with passion, we are going to do this frickin' level select code. I'm going to save state this time so I don't have to do this again. Save state as Mega Mix Level Select. Depends on the last public release was. Stealth Help on Whitehead on Sonic CD's remake. Yeah, I think that was. I think this was after the Sonic CD remake, honestly. So we're going to switch the character to number. Yeah, that should be Mighty. So we're going to switch it to number 2. And we're going to come over here to Cos. And let's hope it doesn't crash the game. Because it doesn't crash the game, it just takes incredibly long to load. City outskirts. So. Why is she... Character slot number 2 is Shadow, except instead of rings it says ring, and when you press the A button he doesn't do an ability. This is so odd. Anyway, we're going to load the state again. So we're going to go character slot 3 and hopefully that's Mighty. Come on. No! Character slot 3 is Tails, so we're going to be playing as Tails. Mighty is number 1. I thought I swear Shadow's number 1. Roman 3 HD. Oh, I have that game. That's a good game. Yeah, I thought character slot 1 was Shadow as well, because I think that's the one I selected when I played as Shadow before. Anyway, whatever. We're playing as Tails now. Oh, I know... Jamie, can you help me out here? What music is this, please? I recognise this, but I just cannot put my finger on what it actually is. Sonic 1 Mega Mix. Another part of me, thank you. That's what it is, I just couldn't think of it. When you listen to so much Sega music, you can't identify every single track. But then again, obviously it is a Michael Jackson track, but I was expecting it to be something like... I don't know why I was expecting it to be something Sega related, but... So there is still a Michael Jackson song in this version of the game, it's just not a Smooth Criminal in the Starlight Zone stage. You're waiting for your Star Wars. Is it like Battlefront 2, the beta? Tell me how that is, because people were saying that was actually quite good. Or better than the first game at least, because the first game was utter trash. Am I stuck in the wall? No, okay, that's just how it is. No, stop doing that! Is that... what does that say? Rob Joe? Oh, no, there's so many traps in this stage. Like, just every single stage seems to be able to get you. And I believe this is the end of the stage? No, because that was the end of the stage in the original... Oh, in the original, Spring Yard Zone. I don't know why I couldn't think of its name for a second then. Is this the end? No. Still not the end. You've been watching a bit of Game Hut? Oh, Game Hut is just so ridiculously interesting. Those of you who are listening, or listening on the VOD and you don't know what Game Hut is, basically, the founder of Traveller's Tales, which is a company who made like all the Lego games. They made quite a few Sonic games, like Sonic 3D Blast back in the 90s. They also did some stuff like Toy Story. Basically, the founder of Traveller's Tales now has a YouTube channel, and he basically like reveals all the secrets of like how he made his games, and he like shows off all these sort of prototypes and, you know, like the versions that were made before the game was released, like really early versions and all that sort of stuff. Is really awesome. I'd highly recommend you check it out because it's just very interesting. Like recently he showed off the very first version of Sonic R, which was awesome. Anyway, that is the end of Sonic Mega Mix. Next up, I'm going to be playing the 510 prototype version of Sonic CD, which I'm going to need my notes here for because it's an ISO for a start. Most of the games I have today are in bin Q format. But, yeah. Ooh. So we're going to start off with the 510 beta, and then after that we're going to go to the full version of Sonic CD. You'll be streaming Star Wars Battlefront 2 later? Nice. He's got me wanting Mickey Mania again. Think about getting the PS1 version on PSN. It's £1.69. And I mean, you should get the Mega Drive version, or the Sega CD, or whatever it was on, because come on, it's Sega. It's not PSN, it's Sega. Why did I load up a Mega Drive ROM? I meant to load up a Sega CD image. So up next is Sonic CD 510 beta. Sega. Okay, so the programmer has an app. Hold up. Oh, this is that. It is the programmer has an app version. So no title screen music, even though it says there are vocals. It goes to the demo incredibly quickly. And here it is, the famous "the programmer has an app." Hold out, programmer. This is obviously a massive meme. Because, you know, they haven't programmed any of the stuff in the special stage. All it says is just flashing text. Amazing. And it also has no music, because this was like before the soundtrack was made, I believe. Or this was before the Japanese soundtrack was made, let alone the US soundtrack. So yeah, the programmer has an app, hold out programmer. So we have two modes, we have time attack and we have new game. I'm just going to get into a new game right now. Yeah, no music here. Or unless this is just like part of the ROM. Maybe it's just... Okay, so right off the bat, there's more enemies here than there normally are. That sound effect was different. Invincibility is a blue ring. Jumping is different. The camera angle pans. I'm noticing this runs a lot faster than the real Sega CD for... What was that? What? I went too far left? Eh? Also, yeah, I'm not hearing that I'm not hearing that music. It might just be the ISO I have doesn't have any music in it. But yeah, I'm definitely not tired from the loop, but I'll show you in a second. That works completely fine in the final version. That's different. There's normally only one spinny thing there. But yeah, like I'm so sad. I wanted to hear the invincibility music. Unless it's just like the version that's on Sonic Retro doesn't have it, in which case that's probably why. Because I thought there was at least some music in this prototype, but apparently I'm wrong. Also, I can't hit this by spin dashing for some reason. I have to physically jump on it. So guess we can't hear the music. Yep. Oh, no, I need to get into the special stage, please. No, please, no. No, I need to get into the special stage and show off how ridiculously buggy it is. Also, we didn't even have 50 rings, and yet the special stage showed up. What's going on, game? Come on. No title card here. But anyway, we're going to get into the real thing. So, I'm going to start off with the Japanese version of Sonic CD. For those of you who don't know much about this game, there were two different soundtracks. One was a, what sort of genre is it? It's called, like, New Jack something, like New Jack Swing is the genre of the music I believe the Japanese version is based on. Whereas the US version has a completely different soundtrack, which was released obviously only in the US. The Europe got the the Japanese soundtrack. The American version is done by Spencer Nilsson, who needs no introduction to Sega fans. But then again, the Japanese composers need no introduction to Sega fans. But the Japanese version is normally considered the better version of the music, but Spencer Nilsson's is more like grunge rock, or sometimes it's like more pop sort of music. It changes a lot, but it's a very awesome soundtrack. But anyway, we're going to start off with the more iconic one, the one that more people know, the Japanese version. New Jack Swing by Teddy Riley, which helped MJ's Dangerous album. Thank you, Jamie. I knew it was something like that. But yeah, we're here on the Japanese Sega CD BIOS again. Because obviously we're gonna be playing the Japanese version, which means we need to play on the Japanese hardware. So you can hear this lovely title screen music. Tutu Sonic War. I'm actually gonna mute my microphone here, so you can hear the lovely intro music, and then I'll be back. Absolutely love that track. That is Toot Toot Sonic Roar, also known as You Can Do Anything, because that is actually the official name of it. And obviously this title screen is a remix of that. Anyway, we're going to get straight into the game. Jamie says, Sonic Retro lists track 28 as of the 510 beta as You Can Do Anything. Maybe you can load it up as an audio CD. I did. I downloaded it off Sonic Retro and it came in ISO, and I just put the ISO in as I would with a normal Sega CD game. And basically, it just didn't play the audio. I've played this game so many times, I just know it like the back of my hand. I know the soundtrack like the back of my hand as well, because I've played this game with the soundtrack on so many times. Honestly, I really love the two soundtracks, but out of the two soundtracks, I think I definitely prefer this one. Woo! Yeah. I feel like we get Amy Rose here. Get out of here! That's what you get. I'm gonna try and get a yeah, the game itself might not have audio triggers. That's very true. But I'm going to at least attempt to get one special stage to show you just how bad they are in the Sega CD version of the game. But I'm going to be playing both versions of the game with both different soundtracks, and I'm going to be playing quite a bit into them because Sonic CD is quite a short game. Yeah, I don't know, I like the new version of the game, but the Sega CD version just has like a charm that the original does not have. Like, the Sega CD version is just so charming, like, with all the music, and now, like, this game looks so graphically good, as well, like, for 1993, like, how just gorgeous this game looks, in comparison to, like, other sort of pixely, you know, 16-bit games at the time. Competition, yeah. But yeah, this version genuinely looks nicer than the 2011 remake, and people are gonna be like, but it's the 2011 remake and it runs in 1080p and it runs in widescreen. How can it look bad? It looks incredibly blurry, the 2011 remake. Like, there are different video filters that you can set in game. All of them look blurry. Like, every single like video filter in that game looks blurry, but this, when you run this version for an emulator, it looks absolutely glorious. You just get the full pixel glory right here. And like, when you play this game at 1080p, which I was doing the other day, I was playing it like full screen on my monitor. It looks so lovely in a Sega CD emulator, you have absolutely no idea. Like, so much better than the 2011 version does on the exact same monitor at the exact same resolution. I don't know how they messed that up, but that version just looks incredibly blurry, as I said. Also, I'm going to be showing you some fun stuff, because Collision Chaos is speedrun skips the zone. I did not mean to do that. But yeah, this is a speedrun skips the zone, so you're not going to be seeing much of it. 2, 1, hit it. So, we're going to be starting off here by grabbing this platform, going here. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Yeah, that is very true. You do get the choice of both soundtracks, and that version is nice, but it just doesn't have the same charm as this version. Come on, please, 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 please. Damn it! Luckily I have a save state for this because I anticipated this would happen. So we're going to go to here. And we're going to go to Collision Chaos Act 1. I don't know why there are no bumpers there, but there are no bumpers there for some reason. That's what it's meant to look like, people. And then we can skip the whole stage. I have absolutely zero clue why Metal Sonic wasn't there. I guess the save state just killed him. If you do it properly, you should hit this. You should hit the checkpoint as soon as the If you do it properly, you should hit the signpost as soon as the invincibility, or sorry, the speed shoot theme runs out. So, this stage also has a skip, although it's not as big, because, if I can get this right. Nope, okay, that wasn't right at all. This takes a few goes, because I need to get a jump. There we go. We skipped an annoying section, woohoo. And we'll be skipping some more of the stage in just a second. This is like one of my favourite tracks in the Japanese version. So that's why I'm playing the Japanese version for like the first portion of the game, and then the second portion of the game I'm going to be using the US soundtrack. Because I'm going to be like basically choosing my favourite tracks from this version, and then whenever, you know, and then I'm going to switch to my favourite tracks from the US version. Hopefully, because I'm going to need to like save state and hope that it will load the state on the US version, because I don't know if that works. Like if I can load a state from the Japanese version on the US version. I don't see why it wouldn't work, because like it's the exact same game, just on like a different version of the console. So like, yeah, I'm not seeing why there would be any issues, but at the same time there might be. Whoop. Also, yeah, this game has weird fades on the music. Or I think it's just the version that I have, like the music fades really bizarrely. Like it fades out when it should loop, like it should loop normally. Instead, no, it just does this like weird sort of half fade, half strange thing. I'm gonna be honest, playing Sonic, or trying not to just spam the show with Sonic CD music is gonna be hard today, because like 2 great soundtracks on one show is just gonna be impossible. Because I've also got to splice in music from other games, because you know we gotta make it fair, but at the same time this game has such good music. Teleportation, yeah. Shabba-dabba-bab. So, most people know this is the most annoying boss in the game, just because you have to do this, like, horrible pinball section that sucks. It sucks bad. But... okay, that wasn't it. But, obviously, being Viper, and having played this game so many times, I have a solution. No, don't go back. Okay, there we go. Okay, for some reason I can't press my jump button more than once. It's just me messing up because I let go and then I immediately try and press it again. We're gonna be here a while, but honestly, this is still nicer than doing the actual boss. There we go. So you can just jump right over the top of it. They removed that in the 2012, oh sorry, the 2011 remake. You can't do that in there because they just like put an invisible wall above the ceiling. Which is annoying because I love doing that skip because it just skips like the most annoying boss in the game. There's a skip here which is incredibly difficult to do in this version, so I normally only do it when I'm playing the 2011 version, so we're not going to do it here. I love this music. I can't choose, like, I'm getting so mixed up, but I just love both versions of Tidal Tempest music. I just absolutely love like the ambience of the Japanese version, but then I also just love the you know, the of the US version. You know, like this one's like a lot more relaxed and just sort of down to earth, you know, Aquatic Mind sort of vibes. This one, the US version is a lot more, you know, upbeat and poppy, which is why I love it so much. But you know, I love both versions. So it's like when people ask me to choose a favourite, I'm like, you know, it's difficult to choose because there's just so much good music in this game in general, let alone like between the two versions. Teleportation, yeah. I remember when I said this stream was only going to be an hour long. It now looks like it's going to be 2 hours long. Except it's not. And also, thanks for that host Marky Shizzle for up to 3 viewers. Very much appreciated. And that always happens on this day, or in the Sega CD version. I can never make that jump. Never. It never works. Also, I love doing this. Screw you. Have you ever listened to the Fresh Prince of Tidal Tempest by Quimbo? I have actually. Q-Jimbo, I can't read. Yeah, I remember listening to that like ages ago, but it fits so well, and it's also the chances of people here or watching the VOD ever having actually, you know, visited this website is slim. But Random Sonic Net, also known as Voice's website, Voice is in you know, Radio Sega Voice and also Random Sonic Net Voice. One of his like banners on his website is the Fresh Prince of Tidal Tempest. Hey, didn't realise how early these would be in my time zone. I apologise, but that's like the only time I could do it today. Because most of the rest of the day I'll either be doing something or I'll be prepping the show. So it's just sort of like, this isn't really the only time I can do it. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, these won't always be at 10 AM BST. In fact, most of the time they'll be on like 8 PM on a Wednesday or Thursday. But this is just like the time that was convenient for me to host it today. And as I also mentioned, I was meant to do one of these. Whoa! I was meant to do one of these for the Game Boy Advance episode. Fancy playing that mashup? Sure, I mean, request that as well. Obviously, you know, request both and I'll play them. But I definitely will play that mashup. If you, can you send me a message, because that will remind me when I'm preparing the show to download it. Because otherwise I'll just completely forget it. Like, just send a message saying, play this or whatever, and I'll do it. But anyway, thank you for coming anyway, Supersonic Swag, and how are you doing today? So, in just a second, I'll actually be switching to the US version of the game, so we get to hear the US soundtrack, because the next two zones have my favourite soundtrack, or my favourite tracks in the US version, that being Quartz Quadrant and Wacky Workbench. But I was actually doing a playthrough of the US version of the game, like, yesterday. Yeah, I was doing a playthrough of the US version yesterday, you know, just testing out, testing out all my ISOs and all that. And I've actually come to appreciate that soundtrack a lot more thanks to Electric Boogaloo, because I never really liked, when I first played the game I liked the soundtrack, but then once I started hearing the US the JP soundtrack, I'm like, yeah, this is easily the better soundtrack. But yeah, no, I'm definitely, you know, appreciating the US soundtrack a lot more than I did, which is good, because I now officially love the US soundtrack. Such an underrated, it's got some like really underrated tracks on there. Also, I'm trying to ignore everything I just said. Work that sucker to death. I love the boss music here, it's so much better than the US version because it's so upbeat. Work that sucker to death and all that, you know, rather than just the ambient noises of the US version, the ambient creepy noises. Yes. So, how was my week? My week was good, thank you, Subsonic. You know, been a bit hectic due to all the stuff I'm organising, like this episode of Topical PREsort, the episode of Topical Resort tonight, and Radio SEGA presents Sonic Mania. Preparing all that stuff on top of, you know, balancing out schoolwork has been a bit tricky. But we're going to pause here. I'm going to attempt to see whether I can load this up as a save state, and ow, that's the second time I've done that, just completely annihilate my headphones. And yes, please message it to me through Discord, Jamie. But yeah, I'm going to create a save state, and I'm going to attempt to load this in the US version of the game. So SCDJP Quartz Quadrant 1, we're going to call that, and I'm going to load up the US version of the game now. So where is it? Here it is. Bum 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 bum. Been a while since I've. Oh, it's been I was gonna say it's been a while since we've seen that screen, but actually we saw it like on the 510 beta, didn't we? So I'm going to attempt to load up the save state and see what it does, and see whether it doesn't like it. Yeah, it's not gonna like it, is it? Because it's wait, no, hang on. It's gonna be in practice status, isn't it? It actually works. I'm surprised at that. Shouldn't this be the rock soundtrack rather than this song? I remember there being like a rock soundtrack to this stage when I played it last. Is it playing like the Good Future music or something by accident? But anyway, my save state did work. It did load it up. Because I think this is the Good Future. Oh, sorry, the Bad Future music. What did I do to make it work? I literally just saved the state and then I loaded it up after I booted the US version and it worked. Or it loaded and obviously it's playing the US music, as you can hear, because this definitely is not Japanese music. But yeah, I feel like... I definitely have done something wrong there. I've done something wrong. Very, very wrong. So I'm going to need to reload the game. It's playing all the wrong tracks. Sonic CD. Is that like a level select? Sonic's. Come on, please say there's a level select. Cheat codes, Mega CD, and PC. Zone select at the title screen. Press up, down, down, left, right, B. Yeah, soundtrack broke. It did break indeed, because it tried to play the boss music as the end of stage music. It's a bit weird, but we're gonna soft reset here and attempt to do that. Level select. SEGA. So, up, down, down, left, right, B. Okay. Up, down, down, left, right, B. Oh, I remember this. This is in the 2011 version. Okay. So collision. It has all this stuff. Zone 2 is missing because there was originally meant to be a zone between Collision Chaos and Palm Tree Panic, but it's not in the games. Therefore, Collision Chaos's ID is Zone 3 rather than Zone 2. So, with that in mind, we are going to go to stage select. That the 5 means Quartz Quadrant, the 1 means Act 1, and the A means we're in the present. So, with that in mind, let's get into it. That's the right music. I was like, that's why it wasn't. Whoa! That was a bit of slowdown for a second there. Yeah, but I knew it had a rock soundtrack, which is why I was really confused, because I think that was the Good Future music. Oh, I bet I know why it would be, because they probably changed, like, between the versions, they probably changed the track IDs, and it was trying to load the Japanese track ID. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened, like, the track ID in Japanese for Collision Chaos, Quartz Quadrant Act 1, is probably like assigned to a different track in the US version, which was why it was loading a completely different track. I feel like that's probably the explanation for it. But yeah, this music's completely rocking. I love this, but I still prefer the Japanese version of Quartz Quadrant, but this is like one of my favourite US tracks. Just this awesome rock music right now. And there we go, that's the right end music. Bum ba dum, ba 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 bum. Yeah, but apparently this is oh yeah, it takes you back to the title screen every time. So I'm gonna go to Zone 5 Act 2. Yeah, Zone 5 Act 2A. Gotta get ready soon. I got that in for you today. That's completely fine, Jamie. We're not gonna be too much longer. I don't imagine Wild Woody will last like much longer than about 2 minutes. We're gonna probably be like another 15 minutes, probably max. But after this, we have my favourite track in the game. It's my favourite track in the US version, at least, which is the amazing Wacky Workbench. But yeah, aside from that, apparently this soundtrack, or the US version, was only composed in a few weeks compared to like the months which the Japanese soundtrack got, which I think is incredible. The fact that this was improved, the fact that this was sort of composed in such a short amount of time, and the music is still so awesome despite like that limitation it had. As I said, I find before I didn't really like the soundtrack, but now I find it to be like incredibly sort of underrated. It's awesome. Bano. But yeah, still prefer the Japanese version of this track. This one I can't deny is amazing. So we're gonna have to keep doing this so I can use the level select, because apparently save state didn't work. So we're going to go to zone 5, 3, and do we go to the... I can't remember which one's which. Which one's the good future and which one's the bad future. So we're going to go to zone C. Yeah, this is the good future. I really like this track though. You might have ordered a large pizza with 1.5 gallons of Pepsi. 1.5 gallons? 1.5 litres of Pepsi. Okay, well at least it only might have happened, but at the same time, you know, enjoy your pizza. Look, it's nowhere near as catchy as the Japanese version's boss music as you heard earlier. That's just some absolutely classic music. You gotta work that sucker to death. Come on now, work that sucker to death. You gotta work that sucker to death. Come on now, work that sucker to death. Yeah, that music is so awesome. The boss music from the Japanese version, just this just like ambient noise, like junk, just does not compare. There we go, look, Sonic's pushing. I always enjoyed doing that, just make him push. This boss reminds me of the final zone from Sonic 1 due to Eggman being in that pod. Imagine that's what it's supposed to remind you of, yeah, Eggman being in the pod from Sonic 1. Ba-da-ba-ba. So there we go, we got a good future. And we're going to be going to the final zone that we'll be playing in Sonic CD. Which is... Damn you. Up, down, left, right. I didn't mean to go to RAM data, but whatever. I was going to go and see it, but then I was like, nah, gaming day. Fair play. So we are going to go all the way to zone 6. Yeah, I went to the RAM data screen, A, by complete accident, but B, because it sets you back to the title screen, which meant I didn't have to reset the console again. Yeah, this is my favourite track in the game. This is so good. What is the RAM data screen? Is that how the game saves? Yeah, that is how the game saves on the Sega CD version. It uses the console's built-in RAM, which meant you could only have like a few saves at a time on the console, which really sucked. Slow down. This stage has a lot of slowdown on the Sega CD version because it's just like how sort of intensive it is on the console, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to be trying not to go to the future in this stage because it's my favourite track in the game, as I said. Contrary to popular belief, I actually... stop speaking, Viper. But contrary to popular belief, I actually quite like the Japanese version of this track. Like, most people say the Japanese version of Wacky Workbench is, like, the worst track in the US version. Oh, sorry, the worst track in the Japanese version. I have to disagree. I absolutely love Wacky Workbench's music in the Japanese version. I just prefer this one. Like, there are only two tracks I prefer from the US version, which are the Wacky Workbench music, or the Wacky Workbench present music, and the special stage music. They're like the only two tracks I prefer over the Japanese version. The rest of them Japanese all the way. Got some super upbeat, catchy music in that version. You like the Japanese version? It sounds like a more upbeat workout music. It definitely does. I love the bana 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 like that. You just left your stream team? Why'd you just leave your stream team? Yeah, no, I just love the Japanese version as well, but this version, it's so much better. I just love the ba 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 ba. But anyway, yeah, I have to keep doing this stage select because it's incredibly annoying. We are on level 6, aren't we? Yeah, we are on level 6. Okay. Let's go to the present. Boom, 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 boom. Ah. Whoops. I think after this stage, I'm not even going to do the boss. I think I'm going to leave it there. And then go on to Wild Woody, which will only be like 5 minutes. The launch panels of this remind me of Kirby. They are sort of Kirby-like, actually. They just remind me of like Green Hill's checkerboards more than anything, I guess. No, don't do that. No. Go back. Please. Okay, at least I managed to grab a ring then. We are rapidly approaching the 2-hour mark, which is much longer than I said I wanted to go for, but there we go. So anyway, that was Sonic CD. We played, Oh, you're talking about the beginning. Yeah, they're definitely Kirby-like. But anyway, that was the end of Sonic CD. We played 3 zones. The first 3 zones with the US... we played the first 3 zones with the Japanese soundtrack. And then we played the last 2 zones with the US soundtrack. Both of which are awesome soundtracks, which I highly recommend you get. Anyway, on to the last game of the stream, which you've been seeing as the GIF in the top right corner of the stream for this entire time. It is time to get wild. I say wild as in I couldn't get past like the first 2 minutes of the game during during testing. Absolutely love the soundtrack to this game as well. Playing a crappy game with awesome music that is Wild Woody. That is exactly what Wild Woody is. A crappy game with awesome music. Gotta love that face right now. Easy. I definitely do want to turn this onto easy. Controls. No. I definitely want to change the controls though. What button actually does this? So I want jump on A. Yeah, that'll do. I love the quality. I'm gonna watch one of the cutscenes because the cutscenes in this game are absolutely amazing. They're wild, for lack of a better term. They should have thought the name through with this game. Oh, I'm sure the name Wild Woody was completely on purpose. This is 90s Sega we're talking about.
There's no rest for the weary.
Yeah, Dusty, this is Sandra over at Anthro. I just translated the tablets describing that totem you picked up.
When does he show up? That's all we're watching for, these cheesily, horribly bad 90s cutscenes.
Lucky for us, though, its power can only be released on the 3rd Wednesday in July.
The 3rd Wednesday of July? I'm gonna find the mermaid. I'm not gonna go out my way to find the mermaid. No, I'd rather not have my Twitch channel taken down. Thank you. No nudity on my Twitch channel, boys.
Whoa! Oh, my aching back. Looks like those jerks are loose again. Now I gotta find me some muscle to bring them back. Not much to work with here. Say, now that one's got potential. Wake up, pal. You and me got work to do.
It's so ridiculously 90s.
Whoa, big fella. You got a name, Leadhead?
He looks fit. That's because he is fit.
Wild Woody.
Golly, I know my name, but it seems that's all I know.
Wait, let me explain. I'm Low Man of the Totem Pole. My fathead totem brothers have escaped my control, and I brought you to life to go and round them up. If you don't get them back, they'll wipe out everything. So, what do you think? Think you can save the world?
These
good
cutscenes
man.
are so
As
bad.
of 15 seconds ago, I was born to save the world. Where do I start?
Squid Lips went into that pirate book. Jump in after him and look for sketches in there. Any sketch you draw will come to life. Now go!
See you in a jet, little boy. It's time to start sketching. Yahoo!
As soon as he comes to life, he just starts screaming. Oh, this game is really bad, but at the same time, that's sort of the charm of it, how bad it is. But the music is really good because it was composed by, I don't know his real name, but I know his alias, which is Bumblefoot, and you should know him because at one point he was actually the standing guitarist for Slash in Guns N' Roses. So, you know, a fairly big name who composed a soundtrack to a crappy Sega CD game. But, you know, it has a fantastic soundtrack. Like, you're going to hear it a bit later on. But, trust me, you will love some of the tracks in this game if you've never heard them before. I say a bit later on as in you'll probably be hearing them during the show because I don't reckon I'll get to the best track in the game because I'm bad at this game. Whoa, okay, oh, his name's Ron Thal. Thank you very much for that, Jamie. I didn't know that. Let's jump down here. Screw you! Stop hitting me! Well, I'm trying to erase it, but this guy keeps throwing... I'm trying to erase him! There we go, thank you. So what am I actually meant to erase? How am I meant to erase something that's on the... Ah, okay. Oh god, it's a sausage fest. Yes, indeed. Okay, he's just sort of like disappearing now. Jump on him! Thank you. That's some ass he got in this game. Yes. Come on. He famously does not like to erase things. I honestly cannot remember how you get to the bonus round, because that is all I want to do. I just want to get to the bonus round. Come on, please let this be it. Is there anything in here? There's just nothing in here. It's just an empty chest. Nice. Don't have much health left. And there goes my health. Does anyone have... I'm going to look online, see if anyone has a save state for the bonus stage, because I just want to skip to the bonus stage, because that's the best part of the game. Wild Woody special stage. Oh, sorry, bonus stage. Bonus round save state. Is there like a level select? Okay, there is. Enter the master code. I need to have 2 controllers plugged in to do this? Really? Why? That seems so stupid. Okay, we'll do that then, just so I can show this off. That is stupid. Why do I have to have 2 controllers plugged in? Hold down plus A plus C on controller 1 while holding left plus play. You should hear a tone. So down plus A plus C plus left and B. Down AC plus left. I'm trying to do this, but like, is this game on the Switch? Yes, of course. Because when I think of games that are on the Switch, I think of Wild Woody. This is ridiculously difficult trying to press the buttons on my controller and on my keyboard at the same time. Alright, down AC. Why is this difficult? Wait, do I need to be on the title screen? So down A and C on controller 1 while holding left and B on controller 2, you should hear a chime. Alright, we finally did that. And then start on controller 2. That should activate it. That did not activate it. Unless I'm mistaken. It's activated something. I don't know what it's activated, but it's activated something. It's definitely done something, I can tell you that. Ah, there we go, okay. Can I go like straight to the bonus stage, please? No. Oh, I can go to the bonus stage just by doing this. Okay. Can I press B to go back? What can I press to go back? No, I didn't mean to turn fast forward. Yeah, we'll try and go to the bonus round. So I press start. And I cycle through and then I press start. There we go, okay. I'm gonna need to turn the music up for this, so get ready. Because this is absolutely awesome. I'll turn off my mic. So there you go, that is literally all I'm going to show off of Wild Woody, because that is absolutely the best part of the game. But anyway, yeah, that was Wild Woody, and that was sort of the end of the stream, because we've been going for 2 hours, longer than the actual episode. But yeah, we played quite a few games there. We played Afterburner 3, we played all the BIOS screens, every single BIOS screen for the Sega CD right at the beginning of the stream. We played Afterburner 3, which was Seizurific. We played Batman Returns, which was, it was okay. We played Echo the Dolphin. Didn't really get too far into it, but I enjoyed what I played. Then we played Sonic Mega Mix, pretty good. Played Sonic CD, excellent. Played Wild Woody, it was okay. But anyway, thank you so much to everyone who's come to the stream. It's been a lot of fun. I hope to do one of these again in the future. I've been Green Vaporate. I will see you tonight at 7 PM BST for the Topical Resort over at radiosc.ga/listen or radiosc.ga/discord. I will see you over there, but for now, I've been Viper, and I will see you guys later.